Imagine waking up one morning. Your phone still works. Your bank app still opens. Your money is still there. But the decisions that decide where your money flows, what companies survive, and which governments get rescued, those decisions are not being made by your bank, not by politicians, not even by Wall Street traders. They're being made quietly, behind glass towers, by a company you've probably never voted for, never elected, and never really questioned. That company is BlackRock. And no, they don't own the banks. They don't print money. They don't run governments. Yet somehow, they influence all of them. And once you understand how, you'll never look at money the same way again. Stay with me, because this story isn't about conspiracy. It's about structure, and structure is more powerful than control. Let's start with a simple truth most people miss. Power today doesn't come from owning things. It comes from sitting in between them. BlackRock didn't become powerful by selling products to people like you and me. They became powerful by positioning themselves between capital and decisions. Think of BlackRock not as a company, but as an operating system for global money. And once you become the operating system, everyone depends on you. BlackRock was founded in 1988, not in the age of crypto, not in the age of social media, but in the age when Wall Street was still loud, arrogant, and reckless. Larry Fink, the man behind BlackRock, wasn't trying to rule the world. He was trying to fix a problem that almost destroyed his career. Earlier in his life, Fink lost over $100 million in bad bond trades. That failure burned something into his brain. Markets don't collapse because of greed alone. They collapse because people don't understand risk. So instead of chasing quick money, he built something boring, a risk management system. That system would later be called Aladdin. And this is where the story changes. Aladdin isn't a person, it's software. Software that tracks risk, debt, assets, bonds, derivatives, currencies, all in real time. At first, BlackRock used Aladdin internally. Then banks started asking for access. Then governments. Then central banks. Today, Aladdin doesn't just advise BlackRock. It helps manage trillions of dollars across the global financial system, including money owned by banks that technically compete with BlackRock. That's the genius move. BlackRock doesn't need to own your money if they help manage the risk behind it. Here's a crazy fact most people don't realize. During financial crises, governments don't know what to do. When markets crash, politicians panic, central banks panic. They need answers fast. So who do they call? They call the people who already understand the system. In 2008, when the world nearly collapsed, the U.S. government called BlackRock to help clean up toxic assets. Again, in 2020, when markets froze, BlackRock was asked to help stabilize the system. Let that sink in. A private company advising the government on how to save the financial system, while also being deeply connected to the same markets. Not illegal, not secret, just quietly powerful. Now let's address the biggest misunderstanding. People say BlackRock owns everything. That's not technically true. BlackRock manages money for other people, pensions, retirement funds, insurance companies, governments. But here's the key detail most miss. If you manage the money, you get voting power. That means BlackRock often gets a say in how major corporations behave, not because they're evil, but because they represent shareholders. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, banks, energy companies. BlackRock doesn't run them day to day, but they sit in the room where decisions are influenced, and influence beats ownership. Now compare this to the old days. Rockefeller owned oil. Carnegie owned steel. They controlled supply. BlackRock controls flows. Money flows, capital flows, risk flows. And whoever controls flows doesn't need to control people. This is why BlackRock scares people, not because they're villains, but because they're invisible. You can protest a corporation, you can vote out a politician, but how do you fight a system that works through math, software, and incentives? You don't see BlackRock telling governments what to do. You see governments asking BlackRock what to do. That's not domination, that's dependence. Let's bring this closer to home. If you live in the US or UK, your retirement fund likely touches BlackRock in some way. Your pension, your 401k, your index funds. Not because BlackRock hunted you down, but because scale attracts scale. Big money wants stability. Stability wants systems. Systems want experience. And BlackRock built the biggest system. Now here's the part that forces people to comment. Is BlackRock good or bad? Honestly, that's the wrong question. BlackRock is amoral, like electricity. Electricity can power hospitals or electric chairs. The danger isn't BlackRock itself. The danger is concentration. When too much of the world runs on one system, one failure becomes global. That's the real risk. And here's the twist nobody expects. BlackRock didn't hack the system. They played the rules better than anyone else. They didn't lobby loudly. They didn't dominate headlines. They built tools everyone needed. And when everyone needs you, you don't need power. Power comes to you. So the next time someone says he controls the world's money, understand the truth. He doesn't control it like a king. He controls it like an engineer. And engineers don't rule people. They design the systems people depend on. Now, here's what I want to know from you. Do you think a company like BlackRock makes the world more stable or more fragile? Is this smart capitalism or dangerous concentration? Drop your honest take in the comments. No politics, no hate, just real thinking. And if this video made you see money differently, you're already ahead of most people. Subscribe if you want more stories about how power actually works in the modern world. Because the real game isn't loud, it's quiet.